you, Rachel. Well, with the holidays come family and friends from out of town. Now, aside from what do you want for Christmas, the most popular question from your guests is, what is your Wi-Fi password? Joining us now to talk about how your guests can easily connect and what you can do for a strong signal is Chris Duncanson, Area Vice President for Comcast. Chris, this always happens, you know, someone comes in, and it's something you don't think about, right? Because we take for granted it's going, but then you have, you know, your relatives coming in, someone using their smartphones, their iPads. They're draining on that Wi-Fi signal that you have. So what can we do to boost it?
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, the holidays have changed. You know, now when even if we look ahead to Christmas, you're opening gifts while posting on Facebook.
Right.
You're watching the games this Thanksgiving while checking your fantasy scores. And,
Right.
You know, you're cooking while looking at Pinterest for recipes. So everybody's using bandwidth. So there's a couple things you can do to really make a better experience for your guests and yourself, frankly. One of which is, you know, everybody's got that router that they want to hide in the corner or stash behind the TV. Put it in the area where it's going to be closest to the most activity.
Okay.
Make sure it's a few feet off the ground. That way you're going to get really good coverage. And also, you know, we've just added speeds to all our Albuquerque customers. So go ahead and unplug it for a few seconds, plug it back in. That way it's got the newest boot files and you're going to get the maximum speed out of it. Really make a difference for you and your guests.
Okay, that's good. I didn't know about the thing on the floor, which I guess it makes sense, but lifting it up a little bit, it helps the signal bounce throughout the room.
That's exactly right. You're going to cover it like an arc.
Wow, okay, I never knew that. All right, so some people, I might say hardwire, and they say, what's that?
Yeah.
What is that? But it's still important. I know that I have my desktop at home hardwired. When does it make sense to use that hardwire?
You know what, if you've got a group or an application that's running a lot of bandwidth, it probably makes sense to hardwire it. You know, if you've got the kids who are going to go down in the basement and watch Elf or, you know, one of the holiday movies, make sure it's hardwired. They're going to have the best experience. And frankly, it'll take that off of your wireless network and leave the availability for your other guests. And that way, everybody gets a good experience.
Okay, that's important because, again, it's not something you think of, but when we use that hardwire, it's not such a drain on the signal, the wireless signal. Now when they're visiting, someone comes in, what's the fastest way for them to connect to our Wi-Fi?
Well, you know, as Comcast has expanded the Xfinity products, one of the great things we've been able to do is to add hotspots. So in your router, you've actually got 2 routers built in there. And so if your guests coming over are Comcast customers, they'll be able to log on to the Xfinity Wi-Fi using their username and password, not affect your bandwidth, and you don't have to give that password out to everybody.
No kidding.
And that's a great thing, you know, whether they're in your house, in your backyard, or, you know, frankly, even if you're sitting at the mall, there's the opportunity to do that. And that way they're using a separate bandwidth, you keep your Wi-Fi private password, and everybody enjoys the experience.
I had no idea about that. This is great. Lots of stuff to learn from this. So if people have questions on this, they're wanting to get it ready today, amidst all the cooking and all the prep, we can call Comcast Xfinity, talk to a customer service rep. They'll be able to answer those questions, help us out with this.
Absolutely. Or, you know, we've got lots of self-help videos available as well. So happy to get you through your holidays and have a good experience for everybody.
That's right, Comcast.com for those videos. And again, we were talking about this yesterday, Chris. I told you, I got to thank you guys for the on-demand because it keeps me up to date on The Walking Dead when my little girl is awake and I can't watch it live. So for more information on how Comcast Xfinity can help you have a very happy Thanksgiving, head over to casa.com. Happy Thanksgiving to you, buddy.
You too. Thanks for having me on. Good seeing you.
All right, still to come.